Bean Soup Times is on a mission to create dope content that entertains, educates, and empowers the Black community.
Brothers and sisters, this is your brother, your friend, Tori Muhammad. Another amazing show you're about to watch with Earthscan Reeves. This brother is doing some amazing stuff in the city of Chicago. He's a shaker and mover, and he's somebody that you should know. So tune in after these messages from our sponsor.
Sean Michelle's homemade ice cream is the only place to go when the ladies crave delicious old-fashioned homemade ice cream. Their vanilla tastes just like Grandma used to make it. With over 35 flavors, all made with the freshest ingredients, Kathy has never had banana pudding ice cream this good. It's homemade ice cream the way you remember, and Sean Michelle's doesn't upset your stomach. Enjoy in-store or take it to go. Sean Michelle's. Fall in love again.
First-time customers, buy one, get one free.
So, man, I'm telling you, every single time, brothers and sisters, my word is always my bond. We always bring to you phenomenal people who are shakers and movers in the city of Chicago. And this time we are so excited to introduce or reintroduce to some a native from the West Side, man. He's a shaker and mover all over the city, helping not only to create entrepreneurs, but helping so many people, man, look clean and fresh, man. We have Earthscan Reeves, man, of Earthscan Reeves Barbershop School, the Barbershop, man. It's a pleasure to have you on Black Business Matters. How you doing?
Oh, man, I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me, man. It's a pleasure to be on your show.
Man, it's no doubt, man. When I heard some things about you, man, I said, man, we got to have him on the show. It's not too many people I know that have had one career from teenage years, man. But I hear you've been cutting hair since teenage. And of course, now you're teaching new generations of barbers. So, man, what was it, man? Was it the oil? Was it the smell of the hair? What kept you don't cutting hair?
It was one of those things in the beginning. We were just doing it to kind of help people out. I saw a kid when I was 12 in 8th grade, and I was teasing him about his haircut. And my dad kept me fresh every week. And so I felt bad by the end of the day. And because of my dad cut hair, you know, he wasn't a barber, but he cut our hair at home, you know, to save money. I just really thought I could do it. Mm-hmm. And so from that point on, I just, asked him, can I cut his hair? He came to the house. I tore his head up, ended up having to go find a kid to finish his haircut. But, man, I've been cutting ever since. So it's just an industry that grew on me. And once I decided to get my license at the age of 19 and really take it seriously, I never looked back. It's the only job I ever had. 40 years old. I've been doing this since I was 12. I've been in the shop since I was 15. And this is the only thing I know. So, yeah, it's been a blessing.
Man, you got me rethinking my life, man, in a certain kind of way because, you know, I used to have some waves up here, and I was kind of frustrated when I had to cut it all off. Nature was happening. And I got confident, man, because I got some compliments real fast from some sisters. And I said, okay, I'm good. I can keep going with this bald head. It's been several years now. And now I hear about you, man, with these weaves, man, for the brothers, man, and it looked good, man. You got me rethinking, man. Do I need to put the waves back on?
Hey, man, it's nothing to it, man. You know, if you kind of got this situation right here going right here.
Bozo. See, I wasn't going to go that route. That's where you got to cut it all off.
This is my mannequin creator. His name is Moses. So it's basically to recreate the man weave situation. And I think you mentioned something. It's ironic that you mentioned something about waves. So I stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Man, that's what I'm talking about, man.
You see those?
Bring it back memories, man. You bring it back memories.
I got you, dog. I can throw that on there. Oh, man, look, I can hook you up, man. Let me know when you're ready, man. I stay with waves on deck. You see, it was just to my left.
Yes, sir. I see, man. We got to come up with the story, too, man. Because they're going to be like, man, what happened? How you got all this hair again, Tori?
Modern day technology. That's all you got to tell them.
I got to drink some fake tonic or something. So I said, man, it's all natural.
Yes, sir. Yes,
man. I love it, man. I love it. So, you know, of course, it's been all in the news. One of the industries hit the biggest by COVID-19 has been the beauty industry, barbershops and beauty salons and nail salons. So, you know, how have you and your peers been surviving?
Man, just day by day. It was something that, I mean, most industries wasn't ready for. Mm-hmm. The unique thing about our industry is, man, if you don't work, you don't eat. And
Yeah.
so like we're exchanging time for money, and being that we're one of the few industries where you kind of licensed to touch people, of course they would, minimize us for a little bit. So my guys just been at home practicing on their mannequins, watching videos, doing what they can to stay, above water, applying for government programs and stuff like that. But come May 29th, it's back on.
Yeah, man, it's right around the corner now.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about the Barber College.
So Earthscan's Barber Academy is located in Hillside, which is right next door to my hometown, Bellwood. And one of the coolest things I do there is I have local contracts with the local high schools there with Proviso East, Proviso West, East and West Leiden, and I'm on a pilot program with Oak Park. And what we do there is we start juniors into the barber program where they're going to high school half a day, and then they're coming over to our barber school for a few hours a day, and they're getting their barber's hours while they're in high school. So when they graduate, they have their barber's license and they'll have their high school diploma. So basically kind of, really it's nothing, new. You don't really hear about it as much, but back in the day, probably when you was in school, like programs like CBS Ben had it back in the day. Some of the public schools in the city had a lot of the trades built into the high school, and then they kind of got away from that. So my whole push was like, man, a lot of the baby boomers there, they're retiring. And so now we have all these tech workers that are, have been pushed to do computer work, this, that, and the other. And we're lacking a lot of the workers that have skills with their hands. So this is just one of the things that I want to introduce in my community because it was a blessing to me. And so that's one of the main things that we do there. We also have a regular barber program for adults as well. So that's what's near and dear to my heart. We donate 1,000 haircuts every year. We adopt the local school district, the elementary school district. And that's been a blessing. I've been doing that since 2014. Funny part is the kids that we were giving free haircuts are now high school age, and they end up wanting to be a barber from us giving. So that was something that I set out to do, but I didn't know it was going to have that effect. I have 2 kids right now that were getting free haircuts when they was in 6th or 7th grade, and my barber program.
Man, that's phenomenal, man. That's beautiful, man. Wish you continued success with that. And so obviously it's important for you to look out and give to the community that you come from. Is that come natural, man? Did you have an epiphany, or is it something that you were raised by?
Man, I just feel like I've been really blessed by this industry. I've been blessed by the community supporting me. They can go a lot of places, to get their services. They support me really well. And so I think where much is given, much is required. And it doesn't take much to give what God put in you back to somebody else, especially with the youth. A lot of times they just need and lacking examples that they need. Sometimes the first real entrepreneur they ever saw was a barber, was a stylist. So I'm not about giving away that power to the streets and having our pants sag and smelling like weed in the shop and cussing and all that. We don't do that. We represent our way as young businessmen and give the kids something to look forward to look up to, and let them know that you don't really have to be in the streets to hustle to get this money. Like, it's other ways to get the money. And I feel like the example more than anything, because we're dealing with kids that don't have dad at home. Right. And if they're not in sports, they don't have that great example of a coach as a man. So if they have minimum, role models that are male and African-American trying to do the right thing, quite naturally, the barbershop can easily step up.
Right, that's right. And so obviously you touched on a lot of people. What kind of advice do you give young folks that may come in and trying to figure out their way in life?
One of my things with the teenagers early on, I say, man, take yourself seriously early on. Have fun, be a teenager, right? But be thinking about what do you want to do? And how do you do that? You just perplex your mind with the fact that you just want to ask yourself, hey, would I like to be, a barber? Would I like to be somebody that works in construction, or a doctor, or a lawyer? And then once you do that, they have an advantage that we didn't. They get to Google. They get to find out all kind of information. They get to see videos of what this atmosphere, may look like. They get to see what the average income for these jobs are, and they get to see what the qualifications and education are to get there. So they have so much that we didn't have. And then I'm a big fan of, okay, in the summertime, if you think you want to be a doctor, if you think you want to be a lawyer, figure out a way. Why don't you go volunteer in that atmosphere? If you're not doing nothing but, emptying the garbages at least you're putting yourself in that atmosphere and you're getting a feel for what it really is. So then when you go away to school, you go away to college, what have you, you're a little bit more knowledgeable of what you're signing up for. And so the earlier you can figure it out, the better. I'm in front of you as a businessman with 5 different businesses. It's only because I started early. I started at 12. Even though I'm 40 and a lot of people are figuring it out at 40, I tell them, man, I'm nothing special. I've been doing this thing for 28 years. I better have something figured out by now. So I just was blessed enough to start at an early time, and they can do the same thing. And so that's what I tell kids all the time, have fun, but at the same time, really investigate what you want to do,
Man, that's beautiful. And 5 businesses. So the academy is one. You have a barbershop. What are the other businesses?
Okay, so we already talked about the school. I have a barbershop inside of Stratford Mall in Bloomingdale, and I have a salon 4 stores down from there. And then I just recently opened in December another barbershop at Woodfield Mall in Schaumburg. And then I have an e-commerce store online where I sell those hair pieces that I showed you and the mannequins and stuff like that.
Man, that's excellent, man. It's all connected to what you do, man. That's a wonderful, very intelligent.
Thank you.
Yep. So anything we didn't cover, you want to make sure people know about? Any programs, anything upcoming, any open up the school? When are you going? I know the school was closed, right? Academy is closed right now, right?
So the school will be back June 1st.
June 1st, beautiful.
Yeah, the barbershops in the Stratford Mall location, May 29th. And Woodfield is to be announced. We're just waiting for the mall to get clearance to open. And other than that, man, just support Black businesses. If it's not mine, at least make sure that you're, spending money in Black business. I don't think we do enough of that. I think we pass along memes on the internet and we talk this big talk, but we don't actually physically go down to a small business and support them. We don't actually physically, order something from them. We're giving a ton of our wealth building abilities to Amazon and all these other people, which are great services, but spend money with your people first. Every other culture does that. We just got to figure out a way to do that and really kind of start building it in our kids where it's kind of like automatic.
Yeah, that's right.
So I just would say that I could be found on earthscanreeves.com, just like my name says right there, just straight through earthscanreeves.com. And social media, Instagram, Earthscan Reeves, straight through, Facebook, easy. I just go by my government name, none of that fancy stuff. And man, I'm looking forward to connecting with any of you.
Man, for sure, man. We definitely going to be following you after this show. We appreciate you coming on. You are an example of Black excellence. So we appreciate you being able to share something with our audience. And we'll definitely be in touch.
Lastly, real quick, I just want to say, man, everybody going through this COVID situation together. I just say, man, keep your head up. Go through it the right way. Everybody's going through a test. If you're a person of faith like I am, hey, it's not what we go through, it's how we go through. And so we have to make sure that we pass this personal test. And this is the time where we cash in our faith. If we're sitting there memeing and talking all this stuff on Facebook about who we are spiritually now, I need to see you going through this a little bit differently than somebody who may not be locked into their faith the same way. So I just say this is just time to really grow. And I've been spending time doing everything I said that I would do if I had more time, So reading, getting organized, and working on a lot of stuff. And so, the setback is set up for the comeback. Sometimes you gotta step back in order to come up. And so hopefully everybody is digging their roots in deeper into what they're doing. And so therefore, when a new season comes, a harvest, they can go up a little bit higher. So stay encouraged.
Man, you heard it here on Black Business Matters, man. We appreciate you, man, and we look forward to talking to you again.
Have you all been to Mama Dan's Soul Food and Cafe on 79th and Maplewood? They are home of the $6 holler on Mondays and Tuesdays. And on Wednesdays and Thursdays, they have turkey and dressing. On Fridays and Saturdays, they have fish and jumbo shrimp. And Sundays, they have beef short ribs. We had a chance to sit down with Mama Dan recently and hear some of her secrets for success. Mama Dan, it's a pleasure to be here with you. It's so exciting to be with someone who has made great food for 28 years. What has been the key to success for you?
Treat people right, cook food people right, and talk to people right. That's the main thing of being.
My name is Cheryl May, and I love Dan's Soul Food. It's food like we cook at home. The dressing is like what we cook at home. The turkey is like what we cook. Black-eyed peas is like what you cook at home. And the collard greens, cabbage. I had fish. I had that was what I had left. I done ate. And I got chicken wings to take home. I got peach cobbler to take home. The peach cobbler is off the chain. And then the sweet potato pie is off the chain. It's very good. It's like sweet potatoes I cook at home. Make some good sweet potato pie. If y'all want some good food, y'all come here.
So for some of that down-home cooking with a touch of love, come by Dan's Soul Food Cafe, where every day is Thanksgiving.
It's not a party until a Sean Michelle's cobbler is served. Our peach, apple, and blueberry cobblers are homemade with only the freshest, most delicious ingredients. The cobblers are grandmother approved, and with just one taste, you'll be doing your own happy dance. But wait, there's more. Pair it with our homemade ice cream for the perfect a la mode. Call Sean Michelle's to order yours today. Sean Michelle's homemade cobblers. Fall in love again.
The Black Business Matters Show is produced by Bean Soup Times.